Welcome to 38 Move Blunder, my chess improvement channel. I am an adult improver and I'm around 800 elo. I've dropped a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to work on that. I've noticed something. Lately, I have not been seeing bishops. They come out from left field. Sniper bishops. So for this game, we're going to just focus on paying attention to those bishops. I'm going to find a real person to play with, and I'm going to play a slower game just so I can analyze it while we go. We're going to find somebody to play. I have a 720. E4, E5. Knight C3, not even going to attack my pawn. That's very interesting already. Maybe this is just setting up fried liver type stuff on the opposite side somehow. I'm going to focus on where this bishop is, where my bishop is, where their bishop is. So we got bishop check. Look at those bishops all in a row. There should be a game about that. And now they blocked their bishop's getaway. Let's bring a knight out. Okay, trade. One less bishop to worry about. Now they have doubled pawns in the center. Okay, bishop check. There and there. We only have two bishops to worry about. This game is going to be really easy to keep track of if that's what the case is. Okay. I was going to attack the bishop. Let's focus on developing our pieces first. Make this one a little bit happier. They allow me to pin the knight to the queen with my bishop. They would just kick me out. I could keep the pin. And then that's just inviting their pawns over, so I don't think I want to do that. Going here would double my pawns and have a pawn trade. I don't want to do that. So what about here? Undoubling their pawns for them. Take, 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 and I am the last one standing on, not the last one standing on the square, so I don't typically like that. If they take, I'll take, and the queen can come trade herself, and that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and develop my bishop. Kicking a knight out. That's interesting that they didn't do that, but I'll attack the bishop. Probably will go back to this square. If not, I'm probably going to take it to double more pawns. A queen comes out. Bishop for knight. Queen takes. It's not really scary. I will take it. Now what do we want to do? Castle the king. They go long castle, which is interesting. I'm going to go over here and attack the nothing. I want to get over here and attack that pawn, but knight comes. Pin the knight to the queen. Okay, if I pin and they go anyway, possibly looking for a queen trade here. Yes. Oh, I see. And if I go here with my bishop, threatening your rook, you take my rook, I take your knight, and then have the option to do stuff with my rook. Interesting. You choose not to. Bring it all the way over here. Bring it here. I'll bring it here and threaten that pawn over here. Well, Desperado, take one of these takes, and then I can pin the knight to the king if it's that one. Desperado. Goodbye, valiant bishop. Okay. Here. The knight can not do much in my position, so it's going to have to go here, threatening this pawn, or blocking that pawn. So it's either going to attack it. Okay, it attacked it. Now this pawn is in danger, and this pawn is in danger. But that rook is in danger. We'll see. I've guarded this pawn by moving there. And that's mine. Thank you. I think they're going to move a rook over. Oh, they resigned. Oh, man. No, play on. Keep playing. Keep playing. Don't resign. Do not. Okay, that was very, very quick. I don't know what they were going. Vienna game, Falkbeer variation. Okay, Stanley variation. And then I have the Anderson defense going. Bishop's opening, Berlin, Spielman attack. So this opening has changed four times in that span. And now it's a Vienna hybrid variation. I took, which didn't change the opening, which is good. Okay. So here, I wonder if taking would have done anything different. I don't believe so. I think not taking and just continuing on was the best plan. Moving my knight, that attacks the bishop. They did not defend their bishop, so I traded that off. And then castled, they castled. They set up the queen trade. I happily traded. And here is when I noticed it was a fork, and that might not have been great. So instead of moving to trade, okay. Something better could have been moving my rook over. What do you think? I think that's probably a better move. Although I do like how it opened up. Trade. Those are attacked. I grabbed a knight. And then this was a blunder here. The bishop should have gone here. So if attacked, I could have brought it back there. Or I needed to go all the way. No, I couldn't have gone there. Okay. So that's the plan there. If attacked, don't go to the side you can get trapped on. Okay, I trapped a bishop on the episode that I thought we were going to focus on the bishop. It's okay. It had a good kamikaze ending to its life. Okay, it moved there. They attacked it, and now it cannot go here or there or there or there or there. I moved it to the one square it could get attacked. Okay. It kamikaze and then save the rook. They moved their knight. I took that. They took, and then I took their knight and they resigned. I think there was a lot of life left in this game. Just because I have a knight versus two rooks does not mean that it would have been horrible. They have this huge connected pawn. If they just put them together, that's pretty formidable. And I have I kind of want to play this against a bot to see how I would have done. Anyway, we're climbing back up. We got some points for that. I'm now back up to 766. And we'll go again. Okay. I have the black pieces one more time. E4, E5 again. We are good. Okay, I am getting attacked. I'll defend it. Normal, normal. This is a 758. Okay, they're pinning. What you doing, Bishop? Uh-huh. Hey, look, my queen's happy. Yay. Okay. The knight took the pawn in the middle of the board. I think I need to work on getting developed here. So here's a bishop move. Here's a bishop move. That kind of lines up on this pawn. They probably will castle. The knight is looking at some things here. Only two pawns of mine. And a pretty nasty pawn here. So if I went here, could they bring their queen out and be looking at that square? There's ideas here. I don't like that. We're going to work on getting castled as soon as possible. Are they going to move this pawn? And okay. They are for castling as soon as possible as well, which is interesting. I will move here and ask this knight what it's doing. They just protect the knight. Drop the bishop back and ask the knight what it's doing even more. I hate that I have to move this bishop again. I see. Bishop check. Yeah, look at you. Hooray. Okay. Fine. Goodbye, sweet bishop. It was nice knowing you. But I can grab this knight if they move that pawn. So there's that. Hmm. Then I'm saving the bishop. plans. Probably going to protect the bishop, which will be weird. It'll be a mess in the middle of the board. Yep. Okay. Bishop check. Good deal. I still have 2 bishops. They have 1. Let us develop a knight. Finally. We're eyeing a pawn in the middle of the board. The knight could sack itself for a chance at this bishop, but not really optimal. They could get their other knight out here or there. I do have an attack on the queen, but it only improves a pawn. Look at that horrendous pawn chain they have. I'm going to send this pawn to its doom to open up. Okay. Bishop for knight. Pawn takes. Queen takes. Eyeing that. What do you think? Do I just want to get less bishops I have to keep track of? Maybe. Trade. Trade. Mine. And now this pawn is in danger and this bishop is in danger. And now I have 1 less bishop I have to worry about as well. That's nice. Okay, that knight. We're going to castle. What can the knight do from any of those squares? Good, bad, or indifferent? That was a square it could get taken at, and also here. This is also a square it can get taken at, so probably not there either. So this is the only square it has. So I'm going, I don't see it as a threat. I do see it as a knight I can attack with my bishop. It's going to guard that square, and I'll move my queen. It's fine. Okay, it's repositioning now. It's hanging out over there. And this one's the only one that would be an attack on my queen, and that, not a whole lot of anything going on. Random pawn move, go. Weird. Do they think I'm just going to take that? Okay. Not going to do that. What about I just say hello to a queen? Hello. Mm-hmm. Rooks to the center. Always a good idea. If they attack my bishop, I mean, sure. Mm-hmm. Just attacking a queen. I see. Well, my queen wanted to go somewhere else anyway. Options include why? I think we're definitely not hanging the queen. Or we could danger levels. If I put my, nope, don't put the bishop there. It will just die. Okay. Queen here to reroute. There. Or queen there to get stuck on the edge of the board. I'll go queen here. That'll give my rook some backup. I mean, would have been backup, but in the case of things moving too far forward, yeah. I shall take this free pawn. Thank you for the gift. And then I shall take this free pawn. I mean, are they trying to push that pawn so I would get mated? But this is a check. King slides over. I'm going to put my queen here after the checks and trade off that really annoying queen. Don't move that rook from the back rank. Do not put it there to try and guard your... Okay. Queens are off the board. He really needs to push a pawn here really badly. Checkmate. Okay, there's another one. I kept the bishops this time. My bishop did great. Look at my bishop. Star player. 10 out of 10. Yes. What do I think would have been better there? They played the Ruy Lopez, which I have not looked at much. This is the Morphe defense, it says. Take, and I open up my queen, and a knight jumps in here. Now, what do I think the best move would have been? I'm really interested to see what the computer would have said, so maybe we'll put on the computer in a second. I just didn't want to open up. I think this pawn is a horrible move because of this check. And I think just developing is good. I led with the bishop. You're supposed to lead with the knight. So if I had led with the knight, they would have protected the pawn. I put the bishop out. They castled. I got my queen out. I should have got my knight out. I dropped my bishop and my queen back first, and then I dropped the bishop back. And here, I forget what I did. Just developed the knight. They attacked the knight. I traded one bishop, pair. And that was really great by them. Look at this. Attacking the knight. I took the pawn. They took my knight, and then I retook. They had to spend a lot of time jumping the knight around to get it out. That was the key. That one pawn move, which they didn't do, saved my game and ended theirs. Okay. Pawns are rolling forward. There's got to be some different way to do that. Rook over, rook over. They traded their rook out. How soon did I see that I could take that? Threaten the queen. Push a pawn. Move my queen. It was like 4 moves. Only until the bishop was threatened. So I kind of set my bishop there and forgot about it. Deal. Okay, do better. There was a pawn hanging for 4 moves. Bishops, man. Anyone else have a problem with bishops? Okay. I'm ready for a new game. One more. We'll keep an eye on those bishops. And I get black for a 3rd time in a row. Let's see what they get up to. Uh-oh. Game aborted. Bummer. Okay. Try it again. Okay. Just going for an Italian game. It's going to turn into Italian pianissimo version. And I'm going to get my other knight out. They're mirroring me, thinking I'm going to go for a fried liver attack. I don't know much about that. I know it's been done against me a ton, which is why they're trying to prepare for. Mm-hmm. 4 knights. All right. Knight in. It's just a very big pain in the butt there. They take that pawn, which is interesting. I really didn't know I was hanging a pawn there, so I'm really going to just have to take a deep breath after that and refocus some. They are looking at this pretty hard now. So here, cuts off that bishop's vision. If take, then I can take, and they can, my queen's there. So maybe they might just drop it back. And then I have to worry about this knight here. I don't have enough attackers on this square. Okay. Never mind for that. Okay, if take, 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 that's actually okay. I'm going to see if they're going to do it. Two pieces for the rook. Allegedly, is a good trade. Do I believe it? Not really. Oh, the knight jumps back. Okay. And now shall we pin the knight to the queen? Pin. They might push. We'll just drop back. Well, okay, if we take and the queen takes, we take this pawn. Then there's a queen hanging out over here. Do we like that? Not really. So they're thinking about what they want to do. So many options. Knight into the center of the board. They thought my idea was pretty slick. Look at them copying. But that knight had a job. And the knight's job was this pawn. And now nobody's hanging out babysitting that pawn anymore. So if I move here, I don't think that's bad. Now they could just push the pawn and kick me out, and that's okay. Thinking about crazy things like putting it in front of the king for some activity. But I don't think that's going to work at all. Whoa. That was the wrong knight to threaten. Interesting. Okay. Back here to reroute to funner pastures. Yeah. Or just take their knight. Take their knight. Yeah. Because they don't want to take with the queen. Now I'm going to bring this guy up here. And a knight for a rook is okay. I guess knight for a rook and a bishop, that doesn't quite work, huh? But I have ideas. I'm probably going to drop my knight back if... yeah, it's attacked. Okay. Check with the queen first. Check. That bishop is blocked in still, so I'm safe for that. And that's mate, isn't it? Woo, look at that. Ooh. Okay. There's a lot of mates coming up. This knight is looking at that square. This bishop is looking at that square. And those two are not protected by anything but the king. So that's that. We'll see what they do. They're realizing what they got going. King can move to the corner and get mated, or the king can move to the middle, and it would be a... Can they escape? No, they can't even go to that square because this bishop is... Okay, and there is that. Good game. Yeah. That's why you need to get the bishop some breathing room pretty early, because if you just don't protect the square that the queen can go to in front of your king, it's just bad news. But notice that I did the bishop check, because you can hang your queen this way. If this pawn had been pushed early and I went ahead and checked, the queen would die. It'd be unfortunate. It has happened before. We're not hanging queens anymore. We're just not seeing bishops properly. I really hope you enjoyed these games, and I will see you on the next episode. Until then, watch out for those bishops. Bye-bye.